Tennessee, GMA aired the story this morning. So who is at fault and what are the rules of the road for bikers on the Trace? Man, in situations like this. 16 WAPT's Earl Arms in our newsroom with those answers tonight.
Well, Megan Keegan, the law does give permission for motorists to cross that yellow line if needed to pass cyclists, but there's at least one cyclist who thinks that the Natchez Trace just isn't safe enough for bikers.
There's no way you didn't know you hit that man.
Michael Bartley reacts to seeing video of the man getting hit while riding his bike Saturday. Bartley manages a bike shop and has been cycling for 15 years. He says he and other local bikers try to avoid riding on the Natchez Trace.
It's a little more aggressive than it is on other roads. Something about just the mentality of the driver on that narrow road just does not lend itself to sharing.
Bartley points to one example from a few years ago. Cyclist Dr. Gary Holderness was killed by a motorist on the Trace in Kosciuszko back in 2012.
And then what we all saw on Facebook Saturday. And he got up and walked away. That's a good ending.
Actually, I bought a book before I got on the road because I had the fear.
Jonathan Dallas started cycling this year and says he already recognizes the dangers of riding on the Trace. He also thinks it's important for bikers to invest in safety gear like reflective lights and side mirrors, along with using caution on the road.
I kind of ride towards the right-hand shoulder of the road, so that way it gives, motorists, the ability to go around.
Signs along the Trace do give cyclists the entire lane and tell drivers to go around any cyclist they may have to pass. Bartley just doesn't think any of it is enough.
The safest thing, I think, is to just not ride on the Trace.
Natchez Trace park rangers were unavailable to speak with us on camera today, but they do say that the law says that 3 feet is supposed to be given between cyclists and motorists when passing. So that's something to certainly keep in mind if you're driving or biking along the Natchez Trace. Live in the newsroom, Earl Arms, 16 WAPT News.
It is